Hey YouTube, how are you all doing? It's been a while. You find me today once again in another car park. This video is very impromptu. I wasn't expecting to be filming anything, but I had to come into town, to go to the library to get something printed because I don't have a printer anymore, and I found myself in the need of getting something printed. So I went to do that this morning. And I figured, let's have a look around the charity shops while I'm here. And you know what? It's been pretty good. I found something which might win the award for the best pickup of the year. Or in this case, possibly of the decade so far. That said, has been a few years, hasn't it, really, that I've done this regularly. I can think of one thing that I bought in the last maybe 2 years that is halfway close, but I still think this is probably the best thing I've picked up for a very long time in terms of value. So yeah, I've got myself a bag full of goodies. I've been into 5 charity shops, and the first one was a bust, which is par for the course for Stockton. It's for me at least, over the last few times that I've tried, more than a few times, I've come away with either nothing or next to nothing. So yeah, let's get into what I've picked up. Now, even though it was the first thing that I bought today, I'm going to leave it till last. My pickup of the year. Pickup of the year so far. Who knows what'll happen? So firstly, we're going to look at the British Heart Foundation. It seems that since I was last in there, at least this particular one, I don't know about all the others, they have all their Blu-rays. Well, no, they didn't have any Blu-rays. All their DVDs. Actually, no, I tell a lie, they had 2 Twilight Blu-rays, but they were all at 50p each, or 3 for £1. Now, last time I was in there, which was probably last year, they had 20 to 30 Blu-rays on the shelf, most of which had been there for a while. I guess they just weren't selling. I'm not surprised. But yeah, for a while, the British Heart Foundation were almost matching, and in some cases overpricing CEX. So yeah, I'm happy to see sensible. Of recent, most of the stuff I've been buying from the charity shops has been 5 for £1. But these are all 3 for £1 from the British Heart Foundation. So firstly, Only Fools and Horses, the first series. One that I was missing. They did have series 6 as well on the shelf, which is also one that I'm missing. But the discs were quite badly scratched. Or the first disc, I didn't even check the second one. Then Ideal series 3. Now I do own series 1 and 2 of this, although I've never watched either of them. But for what, 33p, I figured why not. And while I was there, series 4 as well. Johnny Vegas is one of those characters I never used to really like. I say characters, he's not a character, it's just him, isn't it? It wasn't until he started appearing in Benidorm, when I watched Benidorm, that I thought my thoughts changed. So hopefully this is pre-Benidorm. This is back in the day, I think, at least, when I didn't really like the comedy that he was doing. So hopefully I'm going to like that. Yes, Prime Minister, series 1. I grabbed series 2 quite recently in another charity shop for 20p. Now that's a 2-disc set, whereas this one is, if I can get it open, it's a flipper disc, so it's the equivalent of 2 discs on 1 disc, so it's double-sided. I'm not a fan of those. And actually I didn't even know the BBC did those discs. But yeah, so I've got series 1 to. I'm fairly certain I've got another one at home. I've got a few of Yes Minister, but I'm fairly certain I've got another Yes Prime Minister as well. But when I checked on the app on my phone, it wasn't showing. So maybe I'm a bit mistaken about that. I'm not 100% sure. I had a couple of box sets. Series 4 of Battlestar Galactica. I've been buying a lot. I say a lot, not a lot, but quite a few TV shows and some movies, but mostly TV shows on DVD, even if I've got the Blu-rays already. Since just before Christmas, I've been transferring a lot of my DVDs onto a Plex server, so I can just go on there and watch them whenever I want. It's taken quite some time, and the DVDs are dead easy to do, but there's a little bit more to doing I was just saying the movies. It's a little bit more to do in these, because you would expect when you take the episodes from the disc and make them into MKV files, they will be in the correct order, but they're not always in the correct order, so you've got to actually check them with the disc to make sure you're giving them the right number when you number them to put into Plex. So that's become a bit of a chore. Sometimes they're all correct, but other times I've come across, I didn't realise this at first till I started watching a couple of things and I'm thinking, this is not in the right order. And when I've got the DVD and checked, when the disc was ripped, it ripped them in the order that they were on the disc, but the order that they were on the disc wasn't the order of the episodes. So yeah, that's become a bit of a chore, but it's worth it. Then this I bought just to sell on, just to make up the numbers. The Little Mermaid 3-movie set. It's actually, all the discs are pretty much scratch free, which is normally unheard of with Disney movies. Certainly Disney animated kids movies, but yeah, I just bought that to sell on. So moving on to, where did we go next? Where did I go next? Okay, so next up is Veterans of Ease. I don't think I've ever seen this charity shop anywhere before. This one's been open in town now for a few years, but they still have this policy with media that they charge per disc. So DVDs are 50p per disc, Blu-rays are DVDs and CDs 50p per disc, Blu-rays and video games £1 per disc. Now, I didn't have any Blu-rays and I couldn't find any games. I did quite well in games there, probably about 6 months ago maybe. But I've sold most of those now. I think I might have one left. So yeah, they're charging 50p per disc for DVDs, and two of these I picked up were 2-disc sets. As it turned out, the lady behind the counter didn't even check them, so I guess it's probably only the big box sets that they look at. So firstly, I got a sealed copy of JFK in a snapper case, one that I already have. I think I have this on Blu-ray as well, actually. But I'm always up for picking up sealed snapper cases, even if I've already got them, because finding these sealed these days is I think very, very uncommon. So yeah, 50p. Yeah, 50p. These are all 50p because, like I say, if you didn't check them, these are going to all fall off. Misfits, the complete first series. This is 2 discs, but like I say, 50p, so pleased about that. I was expecting to pay £1 for that, as I was expecting to pay £1 for this as well, but I didn't. The first series of Little Britain in the limited edition digipack. I do have series 2 in this packaging. I'm not sure whether series 3 ever came in this packaging. I want to say it did, but I've never seen one for if I have ever seen one, it's been a very, very long time, at the point that I can't remember whether I have or not. So yeah, this will replace my standard edition. So yeah, there were the 3 items I picked up from Veterans of Ease. Then the last place that I went to was Age UK. Last time I was in there, they used to do the Blu-rays at, I keep saying Blu-rays, they used to do oh my god, they used to do the DVDs at 4 for £1. No, so 4 for 99p. And then at one point they removed all the DVDs and the box sets and charged differently for those, from £1 upwards. It seems they've got everything back down now, but they were, last time I was in there, they were 29p each, everything. That's changed now to 30p, so I guess inflation's put a penny on each. Maybe they're sick of having to give away 1 and 2 pences in change. So yeah, 30p each. I got Nobody 2, so pleased about that. This is one that I'm looking to get on Blu-ray, but I'm quite happy to watch this on DVD for now until I get the Blu-ray. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Series 3. I got Series 2 last week in a charity shop for 20p, part of a 5 for £1 deal. So happy with that. I still need to find, I mean, I've got 5 series on Blu-ray, all the limited edition box sets. I don't know if they did any more than those 5 on the limited editions. Again, it's something I haven't seen. But yeah, I've got the DVDs of these just to put into Plex. If I want to watch them in high definition, I've still got the Blu-rays to watch. And then finally from there, for 30p, Michael Palin's Sahara. I don't know if I've seen this one or not, to be fair. I've seen a few of his, but there's a lot of them. So I'm not sure if I've seen this one. That's a 2 discer as well. And finally, the first place I actually bought anything wasn't the first place I went into. I first went into Sue Riders and didn't find anything in there. They've put all their DVD and Blu-rays up in price now. They used to be 3 for £1, I think, on DVDs. The box sets were always more expensive, but usually just £1. And same with the Blu-rays, they're £1. But now the Blu-rays ranging from £2 upwards, and box sets £2, £3, and £4. I guess they're starting to match. Maybe not match CEX, but certainly if CEX have charged, even if CEX aren't charging more, actually, I think they're still charging more. I think they just look at the box set and put a few quid on it. But after that, I went into the British Red Cross, and they have a buy one get one free, so it's the cheapest free. But if you buy 2 and get 2 free, you get the 2 cheapest free. So you're best off if you're buying 2 more expensive ones, get them separately. As it turned out, there was only this that I really wanted, but I did grab something else just because it was free. But I got the box set DVD, but still, of Fear the Walking Dead series 1 to 6 for £3. CEX sell this for 45 quid. I absolutely almost fell over when I scanned this. I picked it off the shelf and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I thought, this must be really cheap in CEX or something for it to be on the shelf at this price in the charity shop and nobody's grabbed it. Maybe it just went out today, I don't know. But yeah, 45 quid they charge for it. They only give, I think they give £17 in trade, and I don't know, maybe £13 in cash. I actually can't remember what it said, but it might have been about £13 in cash, but £17 in trade for a what they sell for 45 quid. I think that's their trading prices are despicable these days. I've only ever seen, I think, if not the first episode, no more than the first 2 episodes of this when it first started. And at that point, I was watching The Walking Dead. I gave up on The Walking Dead after about somewhere in the 9th series, I think. But I'm prepared to give this a watch, at least the first series. If I don't like it, then I can always sell it. But yeah, what a bargain. And then to go with that, if I can find it in this pile down here, just because I needed it, just because I wanted something for free with it, I got the extended editions of the oh, I didn't want to do that, of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, or what they call the Millennium Trilogy. I do enjoy these movies. Almost every time I've watched, I don't know that I've watched the extended versions. I watched the first movie a few times before the second and the third came out, but since then, I've only ever watched these back to back to back. So if I ever watch the first one, I normally make a day out of it and watch all 3. But I don't think I've ever seen the... Is this sealed? No, it's not. For a moment there, I thought it was sealed. Or maybe it's just the way that's tucked up. Anyway. But I don't know how much longer these are than the original ones. So maybe these will be watched individually, or maybe sort of one day, then the next day, then the next, something like that. But yeah, I really do enjoy these movies a lot. So this was £1.50, but yeah, it was free. And that was £3. So I was so pleased. Once I'd picked it up, I was reluctant to put it back down, and because I couldn't get that open. That's right. I had to open it to look at the disc, so it can't have been sealed. But I didn't want to put this back down. There was nobody else around. Nobody was going to take it. But I've checked through a few of the discs. I just randomly looked at a few. There's so many in here, and it turns out some of them are double stacked as well inside. For some reason on a single hub, I guess to save space. So like there's, is it that one or that one? I know there's 3 discs in the first series, and so there's one on top of another there, and I think it's the same with a few of the others as well. I'll sort that out once I'm done. So yeah, all in all, it's been a good morning. Now I've got to go home and I've got to sort out a parcel that I need to send. It's all ready to go. I just got to stick on this label that I printed out this morning. But do I go out again this afternoon? Try my luck somewhere else? I don't think I will. Car's going in for an MOT tomorrow, so while that's been done, I'll probably have a wander around and see if I can find anything tomorrow. Anyway, that's it for this video. It's as normal. It's way longer than they usually are. So yeah, I'll thank you very much for watching, and who knows, I might be doing another one tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Ta-ra.